They say you remember the temperature of a room forever. I remember that it was too warm. The oven had been on for hours. The radiator was hissing. And my son's face, when it hit the floor, made no sound at all. He was 8. He had asked for more gravy. She slapped him first. Then she grabbed his arm and pulled him from the chair. He's not real family. Get out. He fell before she finished the sentence. His body made a sound against the hardwood, a flat, hollow thud, and then nothing. No crying, no breathing. Just a small boy on his back, staring at the ceiling light, trying to understand which part of him had broken. I looked at my husband. He was holding his fork. His knuckles were white, but his hand did not move. He looked at his plate. He looked at his mother. He looked at his plate again. I looked at my son. He was starting to breathe now, small hitches, the kind that come before the crying starts. But his eyes were on me, waiting, not for comfort, for what I would do. My mother used to apologize for things that were not her fault. I remember her apologizing to my father for the rain on his birthday. I remember her apologizing to his friends for the living room being too warm. I remember her apologizing to me once for having me too late, as if my existence had inconvenienced her by arriving after her body had already tired. I watched my son watch me, and I understood that I was teaching him something in this moment, that he would remember the temperature of this room too, that he would remember whether I spoke or whether I learned, like my mother, to apologize for the rain. Around the table, no one moved. My mother-in-law was waiting. She had that look she got after saying something cruel, satisfied, but with a flicker underneath. Waiting for someone to tell her she had gone too far. Waiting for someone to give her the fight she wanted. No one did. Her daughter reached for a water glass. Her hand shook. The water trembled, but did not spill. My husband's brother looked at the ceiling. My husband's father looked at his wife, then away, then at nothing. I did not cry. I felt something leave my body. Not anger, not sadness. Something colder. Something that had been living in my chest for years, coiled there, waiting for a temperature it could survive in. I stood up. I did not walk to my son. I would get to him. But first I walked to the end of the table where my mother-in-law stood, still holding her plate, still wearing that look that was beginning to curdle into something else. I leaned in. Not close enough to threaten. Close enough to be heard. I said 6 words. I said, "I'm calling Adult Protective Services tomorrow." Her hand opened. The plate fell. It hit the edge of the table first, then the floor, and the sound of it breaking was so loud that my son finally blinked. Gravy splattered her shoes. She looked down at them, then up at me. And for the first time in 12 years, she had nothing to say. The room was not silent anymore. My husband said her name. Mom, just that. One word. I don't know if it was a warning or a question or an accusation. He still had not looked at me. I walked to my son. I knelt beside him. I did not ask if he was okay. He was not okay. We were not okay. And asking would have been a lie we both recognized. I held out my hand. He took it. His grip was too tight. He had learned that from me. We walked to the door. Behind us, someone started speaking. The sister-in-law, maybe, or the brother-in-law, voices that had been silent, finding words now that it was too late for words. My husband did not call my name. His mother did not call hers. In the car, my son asked if we were going home. I said yes. I did not know if I would make the call tomorrow. I knew only that I had already begun making it in my mind. I knew that my son would hear my voice on the drive home, not explaining, not apologizing, just naming the next turn. He fell asleep before we got there. I sat in the driveway for a long time, watching him breathe, feeling the cold thing in my chest begin to thaw. It was not relief. It was not victory. It was just the temperature of the car slowly warming as the engine cooled.